Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Wake Up Wednesday. As you can see, we are in a different setup. Now, I'm not too sure if you should be getting comfortable with this, only because your girl did not film over the weekend. It was very busy. I had a lot going on. I had a lot to do, so I didn't have the chance to film over the weekend. So instead, I've quickly hijacked the studio at work. So of course, I've said it to you guys before, I've been contracting with Rig Nation, and an incredible media platform that is a faith-based media platform, and I've hijacked the set for a little bit just to bring you this Wake Up Wednesday, just so I didn't miss out on another Wake Up Wednesday. You know, your girl is starting to say, you know, very consistent, and she's trying to stay consistent as well. So I was like, no matter what, I have to make sure I get this filmed for you. So as you can see by the title of today's video, we are talking about harvesting. Now, the conversation that I wanted to have today was in regards to the sacrifice and the work that you put in. Now, a lot of people get frustrated on their path to success, on their journey, because it gets really hard for anyone. Listen, all of us are human beings, even myself. I know I've had many a times where I have looked myself in the mirror and just thought, God, is this even worth it? God, why should I keep going? God, I'm not seeing anything or any fruits coming from all of the work and the labor that I've been putting in. God, when will I finally start making more money? God, when am I going to go beyond the limitations, or at least the capacity that I was before? God, when am I going to finally start seeing the real, fruits of my labor, basically? And today I was having a conversation. And even as I asked the question, as I was kind of discussing, what should I talk about? What should I be referencing? All I heard was sacrifice. And then in the conversation, in the midst of the conversation, there was talk of harvest. And I really do believe that the one thing that I wanted to share with you guys today is that your harvest will come. And I know sometimes it's hard to believe in that, because you are sitting in a place where you're like, but wait, I've been doing this for 5 years straight and I have not seen a penny. Or I've been grinding for 10, 20, even 30 years and I've not seen the results of all of my hard work and labor. Or I've had certain goals and dreams and I've done everything by the book. I have, gone to the conferences, I've gone to the events, I've done the work, I've done the plan, I've done the business plan, I've gone to investors, I've done everything that I believe that that was necessary for me to do, and yet here I still am, and it's not working out, and I'm not harvesting. But let me remind you right now that your harvest will come. I always say to people, and I know that sometimes it's easier said than done, but I always say one thing to people. I always say that if you want it bad enough, you don't give yourself a choice but to get it. You guys have probably heard me say this before, where I always talk about the fact that I give myself no other choice but to be successful. Like, for me, there's no other options. Being broke, being poor, being, left behind, being whatever it is, there is absolutely no way that I can be any of those things, because I don't even give myself the space to even think. Number one, to even think like I could be like that. And number two, I don't even give myself the space to allow myself to sit in that dark place long enough for me to fall into that place. So I always say to myself, and I speak it even out because I want people to understand how real it gets. If you within yourself can speak over yourself and say there is no other choice but to be successful, that's all you can ever amount to, and that's all you can ever become. Now, am I saying that that's all you do? Am I saying that you just sit there and you keep saying, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to be successful? Listen, I'm a huge believer in affirmation, and the fact that life and death is in the power of the tongue, and the fact that you need to encourage yourself, and the fact that you need to say things over yourself. But I'm also a very strong believer in faith without works is dead, and the fact that you need to grind and you need to work hard and you need to do whatever is necessary to also get to that position. Now imagine if you take your faith, you take your hard work, and you say to yourself, this is where I'm going. There's no left, there's no right, there's no up, there's no down. This is where I'm going, and there is no other choice but to get there. I'm telling you, there is absolutely no way that you can plow the land, that you can drop your seeds, that you can water them, that you can keep pushing and keep grinding and not get to the place that you want to get to. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. Do you know why? Because you have already trained yourself up so much so. You've trained yourself up to the point whereby you don't give yourself the space to fail. You've trained yourself up so much so that everything that you do is walking you in the direction of that success. And so even when distractions try and come, you're so focused on where you need to go. Even when, what you would consider failures might come, you're so focused on where you need to go that those failures don't mean anything to you. Because do you know what happens to too many people? Too many people get to a place whereby they had a goal, they had a vision, they had something that they knew that they wanted to do, something that was on their heart that they just knew that they were like, yes, I am going to do this thing. I'm going to make it in this space. I'm going to make it in this market. I'm going to become the best in this job. Whatever it is, they had a focus. Then because of whatever, again, and I quote failure, because people often think that failure or take failure in the wrong way. Your failure should not be the thing that flings you back. In fact, your failure should be the thing that propels you forward. Your failure should be the very thing in that moment that says, you know what, I'm going to learn the lesson from this and I'm going to keep marching, because even if I didn't get it right now, this has given me another reason to know that I'm one step closer. And even if I keep getting it wrong as I go along, at least I know I'm one step closer than I was yesterday or the day before that. So what a lot of people do is that they will fail at something and then that's it for them. They fail and then they turn around and it's like, oh, I'm done. Yep, I'm done. Yep, I have no hope. All of it was for nothing. I'm clearly not going to be able to make it. And you start speaking these things over yourself and you start believing it, so much so that your belief reflects your actions, or in fact, your belief determines your actions. Your actions are a reflection of what you believe in. But for those that are willing to keep pushing, to keep plowing and keep going, to keep grinding, to keep working, to keep pursuing, to keep going even beyond what people think is even sane or reasonable or whatever it is, even for those that are willing to go beyond that point and are willing to push, I am telling you, there is absolutely no way you cannot succeed, and there is no way that your harvest will not come. One of the other things I want to talk about, and I'm going to end it with this, is also about giving yourself the time to reach that place of harvest. I know I've spoken about it multiple times in my Wake Up Wednesdays before, and I've probably spoken about it even in other content, whereby we live in a time right now where we want everything now. But if you look at all of the people that you admire, the people that you find are amazing, are great, the people that you truly look at and think, wow, they have made something of themselves. If you hear their stories, I'm telling you that the ages that many of them were probably at, for example, people that were, I'm 24. So there were probably many people who are super successful, who by the age of 24 weren't even in a position that I am in today. And I don't say that to boast, and I don't say that to be, arrogant or whatever it is, but I'm just saying that to say that they were probably even in a worse position, and yet look at them now. Look at where they are now. Because they refuse to give up on their gift. They refuse to give up on their dreams. They refuse to give up on those things that they knew that they wanted to keep plowing in. And what they did was they plowed, they planted the seed, and they watered that seed until they started to see the fruits from it. I'm telling you right now, and I'm saying it one more time in case you didn't hear me before, your harvest will come. But you have to be patient enough, not only with the outside world and what's happening around you, but also be patient enough with yourself in order for it to come when you're actually ready to handle it. Why? Because many of us are even crying for things that we're not even ready to handle. We wouldn't be able to take the pressure. We wouldn't be able to manage a team so big. We wouldn't be able to stay on top of all of the invoices and paperwork and whatever it is. Some of us are crying out, asking, begging, crying, even asking God, why haven't I had this yet? And he's looking at you like, because you're not ready yet. So you just keep focusing on developing yourself, getting better, and plowing. And not only plowing, watering those seeds, because the more you do that, the more prepared you will be when those fruits start to come up. So guys, I really do hope that you enjoyed today's Wake Up Wednesday. And of course, I know that it's all glitz and glam. Don't worry, at home, I'm going to be having a really, really nice setup like this as well. But let me know, maybe you might be thinking, okay, Nissy, you need to be filming these Wake Up Wednesdays consistently in the studio because it looks really nice. I don't really know. You guys let me know. But other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And please make sure you smash that bell button so you're notified every single time we post a why am I saying we? Every time I post a brand new video, okay? So make sure you do that. And also, one more thing. I didn't mention it before, but I have to say it now. Thank you guys so much for 60,000. I can't even believe it. It's like a mad number. I was talking about it with my mum yesterday. 60,000 100,000 subscribers. I am so grateful. I'm probably going to do a whole other video or whatever, really talking about it and whatnot, but just thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you all so very much. And to everyone who is new around here, welcome, and I appreciate you for subscribing. So thank you guys. Road to 100,000. Okay, we need to have that 100,000, like I said before, so that Ben can throw us that party, because I'm trying to have that party, whether it be in person or on Zoom. I'm trying to have that party with you guys. So make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys again in my next Wake Up Wednesday. Stay beautiful.